Hello, the given question statement is prove that tan A divided by 1 minus cot A plus cot A divided with 1 minus tan A is equal to 1 plus tan A plus cot A. These type of questions we have to prove LHS part is equal to RHS part. In order to prove that, first I am taking LHS part. So the given LHS part is tan A divided by 1 minus cot A plus cot A divided with 1 minus tan A. We know that we know that tan theta and cot theta are inverse. So I can write tan A is equal to 1 by cot A and cot A is equal to 1 by tan A. Let's make the given expression in terms of tan. Now in order to do that, I am substituting cot A is equal to 1 by tan A in the above expression. If I do that, I will get tan A divided by 1 minus 1 by tan A plus 1 by tan A divided with 1 minus tan A. Okay, now if I do simplification for this, I will get, so tan A, if you observe in the denominator, we have 1 minus 1 by tan A. So in the denominator, tan A is the LCM. So if I take tan A as LCM, I will get tan A minus 1 divided by tan A. Plus again copying the same. So 1 by tan A whole divided with 1 minus tan A. Now generally in fractions, we know that when a fraction is in the type of A by B by C, we will write it as A into C by B. A whole divided with B by C, we will write it as A into C by B. The first term looks similar to this fraction. So we will write it as tan A into tan A divided by tan A minus 1 plus, so now the second term is it looking similar to A by B whole divided by C. When a fraction is in the form of A by B whole divided by C, this we will simplify it to A by B into 1 by C, nothing but A by BC. So I am applying the same for the second term. Finally I will get 1 by tan A into 1 minus tan A. Now I am multiplying in the numerator part, that is tan A into tan A, nothing but tan square A. Tan A into tan A is nothing but tan square A. In the denominator we have tan A minus 1, copying the same thing, plus 1 divided by tan A into 1 minus tan A. So see in the denominator, if you observe, in the first term we have tan A minus 1 and in the second term we have tan A into 1 minus tan A. If I want to change it to tan A minus 1, I need to change the sign convention to minus. Now I am changing the sign convention to minus, so that if I do so, then I can easily get the LCM of the both denominators. So If I do that, then I will get tan square A divided by tan A minus 1, and I am replacing the sign convention positive with negative. Then I will making, after that I am making 1 minus tan A to tan A minus 1 in order to make the denominator in the first term and in the denominator in the second term look similar. So now LCM of LCM of tan A minus 1 and tan A times tan A into tan A minus 1 is tan A times tan A into tan A minus 1. Now I am replacing both with the LCM tan A into tan A minus 1. Now I am writing as in the denominator putting tan A into tan A minus 1. So in the numerator we will get tan cube A minus 1, and this one I can write it as 1 cube, no, so that it will look like tan cube A minus 1 cube, nothing but it will be similar to A cube minus B cube identity. See, if I apply A cube minus B cube identity, that is nothing but A cube minus B cube is equal to A minus B into A square plus AB plus B square. Now in the above expression, if I compare A is equal to tan A and B is equal to 1, applying the identity for the above expression, then we will get tan A minus 1 into tan square A plus tan A plus 1 divided with tan A into tan A minus 1. So now if you observe, tan A minus 1 and tan A minus 1 are there in the both numerator and denominator. When we can cancel tan A minus 1 in the numerator and tan A minus 1 in the denominator. After doing that, we have only tan square A plus tan A plus 1 in the numerator, and in the denominator we have tan A. Now I am distributing this tan A to all the terms, to all the individual terms in the numerator. Then I will get tan square A divided with tan A plus tan A divided with tan A plus 1 divided with tan A. Tan A and tan A will get cancelled, is equal to 1, and tan A once, and here tan square A is there, so tan A is multiplied twice. When I divide with tan A, 1 tan A will be remain. Now tan A plus 1 plus cot A. So finally the answer is cot A plus tan A plus 1. If you observe this and also the RHS part in the given question, they look very similar. Finally the answer we got is cot A plus tan A plus 1, and let us see what is there in the RHS part. In the RHS part we have 1 plus tan A plus cot A. Are they same? Like, okay, yeah. Now we got LHS is equal to RHS. What we did is we have taken LHS part and we simplified it to RHS. Finally, we got LHS is equal to RHS. Hence, we proved the statement. So, I hope this answered your question. Thank you. Let's crack it. Hello. The question statement is, a toy is in the form of a hemisphere surmounted by a right circular cone of the same base radius as that of the hemisphere. If the radius of base of the cone is 21 centimeters and its volume is 2/3 of the volume of the hemisphere, calculate the height of the cone and the surface area of the toy. Let us represent the given question in a diagram. So the diagram look like this. So, and again, before starting the solution, let us let us write the let us write what the data given in the question. They given that radius of the hemisphere radius of the hemisphere is equal to 21 centimeters, and also they given that the volume of the volume of right circular cone is equal to 2 by 3rd of the volume of the hemisphere. These are the both given data. We need to find height of the cone as well as the surface area of the toy. We shall start solving the question from the given condition. We shall start solving the given question from the given condition that volume of the cone is equal to 2/3 of the volume of hemisphere. Let me write the same condition, that is the volume of the cone is equal to 2/3 of the volume of the hemisphere. 3 pi r square h. Let me write the formula. Volume of cone is equal to 1 by 3 pi r square h. And also volume of hemisphere is equal to 2/3 of pi r cube. 2 by 3rd of pi r cube. Okay, let me substitute these formulas in the above expression. When I do that, 1 by 3 pi r square h is equal to 2/3 of 2 by 3 of again 2 by 3 into pi r cube. We have 1 by 3 and 1 by 3 on both sides. I can cancel 3 and 3 on both LHS and RHS, and also pi I can cancel. And if I divide r cube with r square, I will get r as a result. So finally we will be getting h is equal to 2 into 2 divided by 3 into r. That's it. Okay. And also we know that from the given data, radius of the hemisphere and radius of the cone which is surmounted on the hemisphere is equal to 21. So let us substitute that r is equal to 21 in the above expression. So if we do that, 4 by 3 into 21 will get nothing but 313 and 37 is equal to 4 into 7. So this is 28. So height of the cone is 28 centimeters. Now total surface area of the toy. Total surface area of toy. Total surface area of toy is equal to surface area of the cone and surface area of the hemisphere. So same thing I am writing here. Surface area of hemisphere and the surface area of the cone. Let us write. We know that radius of hemisphere is given as 21 centimeters, and let us find the surface area of hemisphere as well as surface area of the cone. The formula for surface area of hemisphere is surface area of hemisphere is equal to 2 pi r square, and surface area of cone is equal to pi rl. Here L indicates slant height. The formula for finding slant height is L is equal to square root of r square plus h square. Okay, now here in this step only we shall find out the slant height for the given surface, for the given cone. Now for the given cone, the slant height is equal to L is equal to, we know that radius of the hemisphere is 21 and we got height for the cone is 28. So 21 square plus 28 square. So nothing but square root of 21 square plus 28, I can write it as 7 into 3 whole square. For this I will get if I simplify, I will get 35 centimeters. Now let us substitute all these formulas in the above expression, which is the total surface area of the toy. So surface area of toy, again I am writing the expression, surface area of toy is equal to surface area of hemisphere and surface area of cone. So finally the formula for we know that surface area of cone is pi rl and surface area of hemisphere is 2 pi r square. Let us substitute that. 2 pi r square plus pi rl. We got L as 35 and R we know 21. Substituting the values of R and L in the above expression, 2 pi 21 whole square plus pi 5 into 21 into 25. If I do the calculation, then finally we will be getting if I do the calculation, finally we will be getting as 2 into 22 by 7 into 21 into 21, and here 22 by 7 into 21 into 25. I can take 22 by 7 in common as common, and also we have 21 common in the both expressions. So I can take 22 by 7 into 21 as common. I will get 2 into 21 plus 25. Finally, 22 by 7 into 21, 7 ones, 7 threes, and this is 42 plus 25, nothing but 77. 22 into 3 into 77, which is equal to 5082 centimeters square. So finally, hence the total surface area of the given toy is 5082 centimeters square. I hope this answer your question. Thank you. Let's crack it. Hi. The question statement is, from the top of a 7 meters high building, the angle of elevation of the top of a tower is 60 degrees, and the angle of depression of the foot of the tower is 30 degrees. Find the height of the tower. Now we shall represent the given question in a diagrammatic way. Okay. AB represents the length of the building, which is given as 7 meters, and also CD represents the length of the tower, which we have to find out. And okay, AB will be generally 90 degrees, nothing but length of the building will be perpendicular to the ground, and also the tower will be also with the ground, it will be perpendicular. So from here we can conclude that ABDE is a rectangle. In a rectangle, opposite sides are equal and the parallel. So AB is 7 meters. Now DE also becomes 7 meters. Along with this, we also have angle of elevation, nothing but EAC is equal to 60 degrees, and angle of depression EAD, that is nothing but 30 degrees. Okay, so this is the given data. So okay, DC is the length of the tower which we need to find out. Okay, in order to, now I am splitting this total DC in CE and CD. I am assuming the length CE as H. Okay, now I am taking triangle AEC and applying trigonometric ratio. Now in triangle AEC, tan 60 is equal to CE divided by AE. As we know that tan theta is equal to length of the opposite side to theta divided with adjacent side. Now we also assume that the length of CE as H, so I am substituting the value H in place of CE, and keeping AE as it is. Okay, now we also know that tan 60 is the value of tan 60 is root 3. So root 3 is equal to H by CE. Okay, fine. Now let us move to the triangle AED, because we know in the triangle AED we know the length of ED. So in triangle AED, same again applying trigonometric ratio in triangle AED. If I do that, then I will get tan 30 degrees is equal to same opposite length divided by adjacent length. Here opposite length, which is nothing but DE divided with AE. From the given data, we know that length of DE is equal to 7 meters and the value of tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Substitute this data in the above expression. When we do that, we will get 1 by root 3 is equal to DE, that is nothing but 7 divided by AE. So now AE is equal to 7 into root 3. I am substituting the value of AE in the equation 1. When now we know that the value of AE is 7 root 3. Now putting this value 7 root 3 in the diagram. If I substitute the value of AE in equation 1, I will get root 3 is equal to H divided by 7 root 3. Now I am transposing the value 7 root 3 in the which is in the denominator to the LHS. When I do that, I will get 7 root 3 into root 3 is equal to H. So finally H is equal to 7 into 3, nothing but 21. So the value of H is equal to 21. But in the question they ask the value of height of the tower. The height of the tower is represented as CD, but CD we split it as CE and ED. Now CE plus ED. The length of CE is H, nothing but we got that 21, and ED is 7. So finally the length of the tower is 28 meters. So thank you. I hope this answered your question. Let's crack.